Finally, I can make this video. I have been anticipating this all of 2018. I was waiting for the year to end so I can get here. If you guys don't know me, hello, I am Christian from All the Above Entertainment, and here we are, new year. And now, you know what happens every new year. We have the rankings. Everybody puts their top 10 of this, top 10 of that, top 10 favorite moments, top 10 worst moments, all the top 10s. I wanted to do this a little differently. I wanted to rank every movie I saw in 2018. I went to the movies over like 50 times probably. I think I counted all my ticket stubs. It was over like 50 times. I think I ended at like 51. But obviously I saw some repeat movies, so I ended the count at 47 total movies this year. Got lucky. Saw most of those. I pay my own tickets, so I saw most of that through MoviePass. If you guys want to know about that or my experience with that, it's now canceled on my end. But if you guys want to know my experience with that, I can make that a vlog as well. 47 different movies, and I'm going to rank them all right now. This was very, very hard, especially in the middle part, which I'll get to when I talk about it. But for now, here we go. Number 47. Number 47 on my list is The Nun. This movie was terrible. My girlfriend, I saw it with my girlfriend, her sister, I think, and her father. And they all like said, oh, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. I'm a huge fan of The Conjuring. I thought this movie was terrible. Everything. The whole storyline, the jump scares every 2 seconds. It was devastatingly bad. I'm going to have a few horror movies in the bottom right now because I love horror, but it's so easy to make a bad horror movie. And The Nun was another example of that. Let's switch all themes real quick. We're about to go from horror to comedy, because number 46 is Life of the Party. I'm not going to give a detailed description of every movie, but wow, this movie was freaking garbage. This is one of the perks of having MoviePass. I could see every movie whenever I wanted, and this was one of the movies I literally was upset that I even wasted my time to see, even though I essentially saw it for free. It was that bad. Melissa McCarthy is beyond just stale at this point, and it had a few moments where you might giggle, but besides that, if this is the life of the party, I am not attending it no more. I'm sorry. Now for number 45 on my list, I have another comedy movie, Tag. So this actually got mixed / good reviews. I don't understand why it was either mixed or good. It wasn't a good movie. I didn't have a good time. I don't know what people saw going into this that they had a good time. Midway through the movie, I looked at my girlfriend and I was like, yo, are you like, you feel this? Like, you like this movie? And she was like, nah, this ain't it. And then that's how I felt. It wasn't a good time at the movie theater. I wanted to walk out. Like, out of all these 3 movies I named so far, this was the one I wanted to walk out most in. But I did recognize at a different standpoint that it was better than the other 2 I just mentioned. Now for number 44, let's go back to that horror genre once again. This was disappointing for me, man, because I wanted to like this movie. I thought the concept was going to be great. It came out around Halloween time. Hellfest. I thought the fact of an amusement theme horror movie, I was like, I love amusement parks. Love horror movies, love people killing each other in masks, and I was like, that element could be so great, and this movie was so bad. Every character was so stupid. You didn't want to root for any character. You didn't like any character, and they were just acting so dumb. I was a lot of the times in horror movies, you're just like, go the other way, do this. Why are you going in there? In this case, I was like, yo, can you just walk in the door and get clapped right now? I'm not feeling it. Like, it was like that the whole movie through. And at the end of the movie, nothing happened. Spoiler. But don't see it. Please. Number 43. And this is going to be the first controversial pick. But, guys, this is my list. And Don't dislike the video just because of one pick, but this movie was a hit or miss. All the critics loved it. A lot of the fans hated it. In this case, I'm a fan, and I hated it. I did not like this movie. Honestly, if we talk about the least pleasurable time I had in a movie theater, this will be the movie. But I recognized I couldn't put this last because it was very well directed. The acting was really, really good. I couldn't tell you where this fell flat. This did not just... I wanted to root for this movie as well so bad. I just couldn't. So here it is. Number 43. Hereditary. I know. The girl that clicks her... clicks her tongue? Knocks her tongue? Clicks her teeth? Whatever. Bro, this movie was not good in my opinion. Like, I did not enjoy this. I really did not enjoy this. And I had a friend that, like, he wanted to like this movie so bad. And he wanted to like it so bad, I feel like he possessed his mind to like it. And I wish I could have done the same. But I couldn't. I didn't like it. I can't recommend this. Maybe you will. Got great ratings. Just not over here. So, number 43, Hereditary. Next up, we got number 42 on my list, Red Sparrow. I don't know if anybody remembers this came out. These next movies are going to be like, wow, who knew about this? And this is one of the movies. Red Sparrow with Jennifer Lawrence. This movie wasn't necessarily bad. It was just really slow. Felt like it was forever. And yeah, it just wasn't bad. Jennifer Lawrence did her thing. She played like a Russian girl. It was cool at some moments. A lot of moments I was like, and I fell asleep. Like, I'm going to be honest, I fell asleep a few times during this movie for like 10 seconds. But for what it was, when I was up, I kind of enjoyed it. But at the end, I was just like, yo, when is this ending, bro? I am tired. I want to go home. Can I just sleep? Like, this is not that entertaining. And that's all it came down to. Number 42, Red Sparrow. And now for 41 on my list, I have a movie that I don't think anyone under the age 41 had saw. I think everybody in the movie theater was literally elderly and veterans. It's a movie called Adrift, starring the Shayna girl and the guy who played the fish in Hunger Games. I don't know. He played a fish in Hunger Games and he did a terrible job on the ocean. I guess he didn't learn from one movie to the other, but it was an okay movie. Another just slow burner. It was pretty damn boring, and it was just drifting me to sleep. In all honesty, it wasn't the worst time I ever had in the movie theater, but again, another movie that just doesn't do anything for you besides make you not want to step onto the ocean. Like, this made me realize, wow, why would you want to explore what is it, like, is it 88% of the world ocean? I don't know. I didn't do good in geography. But, why would you, that's not our lane. I'm going to stay right here on my couch. I'll watch you guys in the ocean. I'm not going to go on a boat and try to explore the world. I'm good. Thank you. Now, for number 40 on my list, let's hit a little, like, bell here or something. We're 7 movies through. Now we're going to be in the 30 ranges after this. Number 40, bro, I don't know if anybody even knows what this movie is. It is called Every Day. It is about a guy that wakes up in a different body every day, and he, like, fell in love with this girl, and he's trying to guess who dragged me into seeing this movie. Guess how this is even on my list. I didn't know it came out either. But, not for nothing, it wasn't a bad movie, and when I saw it, I was like, wow, decent. Not a bad time. I had a comfy seat. It was the movie theater that goes all the way back, which we don't have too much of where I live. So, had a decent time. Didn't want to fall asleep. Didn't want to walk out. So for that, you're better than 7 other movies. Good job. Every Day. Good job. And now for number 39 on my list, we are going back to the horror genre for a January movie, Insidious: The Last Key. Honestly, I was expecting January quality. I have never seen an Insidious movie before this. Then I ended up rewatching them all. Pretty good series, especially from me being a horror fan. It was just when the first one came out, I don't think I was old enough to see it, to be fair. And so I never caught up on them. But watching this one, the story all connects pretty fairly well, and I actually enjoyed this. Maybe it was just because I was expecting trash. So you know what, it is what it is. Wasn't a bad. Honestly, at some point in the movie, I didn't even want to call it a horror movie. Had elements of, I think, more of like a thriller and a mystery kinda. But I don't even remember at this point. I just know I had a better experience watching this than all other 8 movies I just mentioned, or not, whatever I'm at. So Insidious: The Last Key, not a bad watch. Could recommend it. Go for it. Number 38, a movie with Liam Neeson on a train trying to save people. Once again, I feel like this happened before. No, it was an airplane, and then they had Taken, and now, but this one's called The Commuter. Honestly, another good time in the movie theater. Couldn't complain, especially when I'm watching all these movies for essentially free at the point. Movie Pass offered it for $10. So all these movies I went into like, oh, wasn't a bad watch. Had a good time. Let me go home. Like, it gets a little deeper when I tell you how I started paying for these movies and how I was disappointed. That we'll get into it a little more. But as far as this movie goes, solid watch, fun action movie to put on when honestly, I would put this on with my dad because he's just into things exploding and randomness that doesn't make sense and straight to DVD movies. So I could watch this with him and be like, wasn't bad for a $1 rental at Redbox. So pretty good. Number 37, I have a movie that I thought it might have been a little better, but I saw the reviews going into it, so my expectations got settled. It was called Breaking In, starring Gabrielle Union. Wasn't the best movie ever. Honestly, if we're talking about a movie, I am aware that it's worse than a lot of the movies I already mentioned. But we're here talking about movies that I've ranked and movies I personally enjoyed. And me personally, I was able to shut my brain off, ignore all the stupidness in this movie, which it had a lot of, and was like, hey, it is what it is. I had a good time. Mostly. Kind of. I just like the elements of the Breaking In movie. Honestly, I love these type of movies. This is my lane. This thrillers and horrors are my type of lane. So personally, I liked it better than a lot of other movies. Shoot me. 36. Alright, now this is going to be the part of the list, and even the last pick where people are like, how do you like this better than Hereditary? I think that's the only one people are going to question so far. But I did. And I'm a big fan of this production studio, and this is why I picked this movie. I understood what it was, too. I didn't expect a Oscar-winning movie, but here we are. Number 36, Blumhouse, Truth or Dare. I'm a big Blumhouse fan. I like the strange concepts. I like this movie. I really didn't mind it. I thought it was a decent horror movie. A great horror movie to throw on at night when you just wanted the rental I just spoke about. Not every day you want to watch a great movie with great acting and great story that you have to hold on to every word. Sometimes you just want to see people walk off a ledge, and it's because of a demon that's inside them because they didn't do the dare. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. 36. Now for 35, this is a movie that I didn't mind too much in the movie theater, but when I went back and I saw it on at home, it wasn't a good movie. But it was, for what it was, and honestly, I enjoyed it more than the other ones. It was senseless, and it was ridiculous, and the acting was sometimes terrible, but had a lot of fun moments. Death Wish with Bruce Willis. Bro, I couldn't recommend this movie. I don't know why. I kind of enjoyed it the first time. Like, I actually came out of the movie the first time. I was like, hey, that was actually pretty fun. I saw it at home, and I was like, wow, this movie is terrible. But sometimes we all gotta enjoy a little bit of terrible things. And let's not gas it. This is number 35 of a list of 47. So do the math. 35 is not a good ranking at all. That just shows you that I just enjoyed these movies more than the other ones. Speaking of enjoying movies, number 34, The Maze Runner, The Death Cure. I'm a pretty decent Maze Runner fan. I thought all the movies were pretty good. This movie again just goes in the pretty good section of Maze Runner. They're all B movies off Hunger Games in my opinion. I think Hunger Games is really good, and these are just pretty good. So it teed up a series that has a lot of has a lot of forgettableness, and this movie itself was very forgettable. But to close out a series and the way it fits in the whole scheme of the movies, it was another solid way to end a solid franchise. Nothing great. 34 is nothing great. 34 is just solidness and movies that are passable to the extent. Honestly, I wish this could have been higher. And I think I enjoyed it a lot when I saw it. Or I enjoyed it a decent amount when I saw it. But months later, I'm looking at it and I'm like, I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in this movie. So I can't put it any higher. So there we go. 34, The Maze Runner, The Death Cure. Number 33 and number 32 are both in the realm of forgettable once again. This one, luckily, is still a little more fresh on my mind, so I guess we give it a little bit of a pass. Number 33, Equalizer 2. Pretty big fan of Equalizer 1. I thought it was a pretty good movie when I first saw it. Only saw it one time, but thought it was pretty good. Equalizer 2, on the other hand, was boring. A lot happening at once. Sometimes I'm like, why was that storyline even in the movie? What did that do for the movie? The action was good when it happened, but I felt like it was missing a lot of action. Had a relationship between Denzel and a kid that was pretty good, and it was honestly the only thing I was interested in. I don't know, it fell flat for me in many ways, but I didn't expect much from it, in all honesty. But this made me realize the power of Denzel Washington, because if you took Denzel Washington out of this, I would have had this 45 possibly. But Denzel Washington just lights something up in the movie, and he's just such a character, such an enigma. And I was just like, wow, Denzel Washington's in it. Had a good performance. Up 10 spots. Good job. Now for the next movie, number 32, Tomb Raider. Again, forgettable as all hell, man. I couldn't tell you anything that happened in it at this point. Like, I remember coming out of the movie and saying, wow, I'll be interested in playing the game. It's just like Uncharted. That's all I got from it. It had a few fun action moments, but nothing crazy. These are all just at this middle of the pack. This could have been here or here. Like, you know what I mean? It's just a whole bunch of decent movies. And movies that are all filmed pretty well, but they just don't push you over the ledge. And they don't do that next step for you. So this was another one, number 32, Tomb Raider. Now for number 31, this is a movie I actually thoroughly enjoyed watching it. I thought it was a fun B movie, and that's exactly what it was. It was a B or C movie, and I enjoyed it a lot, in all honesty. Unfriended, The Dark Web. I thought the concept, it wasn't really a horror movie. It was more like a suspense, what's going to happen. I don't want to spoil too much because it was marketed a different way than how it actually was. So it was actually a pretty fun movie. And it was pretty, it was niche, to say the least. It's definitely for the people that are looking on Netflix for that one weird horror movie that you just wouldn't watch in the movie theater. And you don't want to watch with your friends. You kind of just want to watch with yourself. Or you want to watch with your friends knowing that it is the most cheesy B movie ever. And this is exactly what I just said. And it's weird. And I liked it, though. Strangely. Like, a lot. So, who am I to blame? Dark Web, Unfriended. I hated the first one. First one was terrible. But second one, not too bad. Now for number 30. A movie that I kind of wanted to like more. I kind of expected a bit more. But nevertheless, it was still pretty good. Blockers. I'm a big John Cena fan. I'm a big wrestling fan. I got my wrestling toys right over there that I'm not going to pay into because I'm better than that. But I am a big wrestling fan. I was excited to see John Cena break out into the movie world as he is doing. Didn't get to see Transformers, so that won't be on the list, obviously. But this movie was, it was okay. It wasn't that funny, in all honesty. I feel like this movie was gassed a lot. And you're like, oh, how is it gassed where you got number 30 above so many other movies? It was still good. It was still better than a lot of movies, but for what, I think the rating was like 70-something on Rotten Tomatoes. This is not a 70-something movie. This is like a 55. It was cool. It got the job done. It had a few chuckles here and there. The kids were really endearing, and they were really good, so I give it that. But a lot of the times it had a lot of jokes that fell flat. A lot of moments that didn't, I'm not going to say make sense, but a lot of moments that you're just like, that was cheesy. That didn't need to happen. So, what do you expect from a comedy? A lot of the times, I guess, is what you can say. But it was decent, and it was a pretty fun movie. Not a time you're going to hate. So, number 30, Blockers. And now, number 29, a movie that a lot of people did not like, and a lot of people had issues with because it was biting this movie, biting that movie. And I recognized all that. I saw all that. But at the end of the day, the power of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is real. The guy's an enjoyable. I said I'm a wrestling fan, man. Ironically, I didn't realize there was two wrestling people in these movies back to back. But a movie that I genuinely just had a fun B time with. This is definitely a red box movie. This is definitely just to throw on with a group of people, eat popcorn, stuff your face, laugh at all the craziness and unrealness. And it is Skyscraper. Sorry, I kind of enjoyed this. I didn't see Rampage. I don't want to see Rampage. This movie I had a decent time with in the movie theaters. Went out of it saying, wow, Dwayne Johnson did some Dwayne Johnson things. It was literally like you take Hobbs and Fast and Furious, throw them in a burning building, and what do you expect? That's it. What do you expect? Got that thought? That's what the movie is. Perfect. You just saw Skyscraper, number 29. Now, from here out, in all honesty, these are all movies I enjoyed. Like, I had a good time with. I'm not going to see a bunch of bad movies, so the bad movies were probably only like 6, 7 of them. Then we had a whole bunch of good movies that a whole bunch of forgettable movies. Then you had like the decent movies. And now here we are with the movies I actually enjoyed. And we're going to kick that off with number 28, The First Purge. Out of all Purge movies, this might be my favorite in all honesty. It's in a new scene, new environment, new storyline. Pretty damn good movie. I enjoyed it for what it was once again. This movie is straight up rental again. But I had a good time in the movie theater. I came out of it saying that was a bit funny at times. A bit on the edge of your seat a little bit. And then it was just a really fun movie to begin with. And I'm a Blumhouse guy. I'm pretty sure this was Blumhouse again. I know they were behind the first Purge. When I say the first Purge, I mean the first Purge. Not the first Purge, if you know what I mean. But anyways, so I had a great time in it. Number 28, The First Purge. Number 27, I kind of found it very odd how much I liked this movie. It was honestly, as far as comedy goes, one of the better comedy movies I saw this year. I didn't see too many great ones at all. I think my highest comedy is like number 14 or around that realm. But number 27, The Spy Who Dumped Me with Mila Kunis. This movie shouldn't have been as enjoyable as it was for me. And I seen the reviews were mixed. I don't care what the reviews say, in all honesty. I personally liked it a lot. And I honestly think you should give this movie a chance. Because it was a fun comedy movie with strangely pretty damn good action. A good story behind it. Like, this movie just shocked the hell out of me. And I feel like I should just watch it again right now. That's how I feel. Wasn't a bad movie. I liked it. So, that's what matters right now. It's my list. My thoughts. So, can't kill me over my thoughts, right? Probably can. You probably will. But whatever. Number 26 on my list is a movie that, again, had no right to be this good, but it was. And the reviews this time will vouch for me here. Listen, let me actually get some backup here. Uncle Drew with Kyrie Irving and Shaq and I think Charles Barkley and It's crazy. This movie should not have been good at all. This movie should have been a YouTube premium, if anything. I like this movie. I thought it was pretty fun. I'm a basketball fan. I'm not a big fan of Kyrie Irving. This movie made me come out of it and was like, hey, Kyrie is really nice. And then he dropped like 4 points the opening game, and I was like, man, screw Kyrie. I'm a Lakers fan anyways. I don't care about him. But yeah, the movie was pretty fun. It was entertaining. It made me step back into my roots of Like Mike, and I was like, to me, Like Mike is a classic. I love Like Mike. I could do quotables of that movie. Nobody's out beating Calvin Cambridge. You're not doing that. But Kyrie Irving, you got a night on Calvin Cambridge. Let's get that straight up. Let's get that out the way real quick. Calvin Cambridge, Kyrie Irving, different levels. Kyrie Irving didn't lead the Los Angeles Knights to the playoffs for the first time. Didn't happen. Anyways, I'm off on a rant. Fun movie. Good time. Decent. I like it. Middle of the pack once again, but I had a fun time. What can I say? And now for my last movie on the list. Guys, like button's right here. The dislike button is right here. You guys are about to lean towards this one. But I feel like there's beauty in having a different opinion at times. So embrace this beauty right here. Because number 25, Venom. I like Venom as a character. He's one of my favorite comic book characters ever, truthfully. I grew up on the Spider-Man cartoon, and I grew up on always wanting to see a good Venom. I didn't get that in Spider-Man 3, even though I think Spider-Man 3 isn't that bad, in all honesty. I'm not going to say this was a great Venom, but it was a fun movie, and I had fun with it. Sometimes the action scenes were way too dark, like, as in, like, literally dark, you can't see what's happening, and Venom is black, like, would be nice to know what he's doing at times. The movie was all over the place. It was crazy. Tom Hardy didn't do that well, but I saw Venom on screen, and it wasn't Topher Grace, so it gets 25 for that alone. And I'm a Tom Hardy stan, man. I love the guy since Warrior, where I fell in love with the traps, man. He inspired me. But keep it real, man. The fans love this movie. Maybe not the comic book fans, but the fans love this movie. I think it made over $1 billion. So I'm not the only person who thought it was a decent movie, and I'm not gonna say it's a good movie, but as far as me personally, I enjoyed it a lot. I came out of it like, wow, I don't think it deserved all the criticism it got. And as far as the end credit scene, I'm interested-ish. I'm interested. You know what? I'm gonna stand on my word. I'm interested in the next Venom movie. I just need Spider-Man to go up against Venom, please. And please, Tom Holland versus Tom Hardy in the Battle of the Toms, and I want them to Tom it out. So, guys, that's going to be the last pick of this video. I don't have time to fit it all in one video. Clearly, we're pretty deep into it, and I want to continue to give at least decent pieces of thoughts. I'm not going to go into in-depth with every movie, but I want to shed a few lights and shed a few pieces right there, and I'm going to need time with these next few movies because I actually wrote something down for almost each of them. So, guys, I am thankful for you guys to watch this. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys didn't already press that dislike button, and I hope you guys could lean at least towards the like button. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I also do gaming on this channel for WWE as well. If you do like The Rock and Cena, you might see them on my other videos. I'm trying to expand out, trying to do new things, and I hope you guys enjoy it with me as well and go through the process with me as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. It's just a list, just my opinion. Let me just gonna have to walk out like this for now or something, because I don't want to be executed over my opinion. But once again, guys, thank you for watching. Tell me what you think of all these movies down below. I'm interested to know, am I the only one? How did you feel about Hereditary? That is the one I really want to know about. Did you like it? Did you think it was overrated? Did you hate it like I did? Not going to be perfect. Not going to agree with all the critics. And it's okay not to. Just letting you know that. I thought I had to, when I was younger, I thought I had to be a critic and think like a critic. then I realized I'm not a critic and I can enjoy whatever I really want to enjoy. So I hope you guys can too. With all that being said, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys tune in to the next video where we proceed on with the rest of this list. Thank you.